How does Congress actually work? Ever wonder who's actually running the country? You've heard of Congress, but what do they do all day? And why does it seem like nothing ever gets done? Today, we're breaking down how Congress actually works. And trust me, it's way more complicated than you learned in school. Let's simplify it. First things first, Congress isn't one thing. It's two chambers, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Together, they're called a bicameral legislature. Fancy words for two rooms where people argue. The House has 435 members called representatives. Each one represents a district in their state. The more people in your state, the more representatives you get. California, 52 representatives. Wyoming, just one. The Senate has exactly 100 members, 2 senators from each state, no matter the population. So Wyoming gets the same Senate representation as California. Fair? That's debatable. House members serve 2-year terms. Senators serve 6-year terms. This means House members are always running for re-election, which affects how they vote. But we'll get to that. So what do these 535 people actually do? Their main job is making federal laws. But here's the thing. They spend most of their time not doing that. Studies show the average Congress member spends 30 to 40% of their time fundraising for re-election, 20 to 30% in their home district meeting constituents, 15 to 20% in committee meetings, 10 to 15% actually on the House or Senate floor. The rest? Travel, media appearances, and administrative work. That fundraising part? House members need to raise about $1.8 million for their next campaign. That's $2,500 every single day of their 2-year term. Senators need even more. So yeah, they're on the phone with donors. A lot. But let's talk about committees. This is where the real work happens. There are about 20 standing committees in each chamber. Agriculture, armed services, budget, foreign affairs, you name it. When someone proposes a new law, called a bill, it gets sent to the relevant committee. That committee studies it, holds hearings, makes changes, and decides if it should move forward. Here's the kicker. About 90% of bills die in committee. They never even get voted on. Not all Congress members are equal. Some have way more power than others. In the House, the Speaker of the House is basically the boss. They're elected by House members, and they control which bills get voted on, who serves on which committees, and basically the entire agenda. Currently, that's a lot of power in one person's hands. In the Senate, the majority leader has similar power. They decide what gets voted on and when. The minority leader leads the opposition party and tries to block or negotiate. Committee chairs also have huge power. They control what their committee focuses on. Don't like a bill? Just never schedule a hearing for it. It's that simple. Then there are whips. And yes, that's their real title. Their job is to whip up votes, meaning they pressure their party members to vote the way leadership wants. They count votes, make deals, and sometimes threaten consequences if you don't fall in line. So why does it feel like Congress never accomplishes anything? Well, the system is literally designed to be slow. The founders were terrified of quick, rash decisions. They wanted checks and balances. They got them. Maybe too many. For a bill to become law, it needs to 1. Pass committee in the House. 2. Pass a vote in the full House. 218 votes minimum. 3. Pass committee in the Senate. 4. Pass a vote in the full Senate. Usually 60 votes because of the filibuster. We'll cover filibusters in another video. 5. Get signed by the President. 6. And if the House and Senate versions are different, they need to reconcile them first before it can move on. Out of about 10,000 bills introduced each session, only about 3 to 4% become law. That's around 300 to 400 laws. The rest, dead. Add in partisan polarization, where the two parties refuse to work together, and you've got gridlock. Each party would rather see the other fail than compromise. Because remember that fundraising we talked about? Donors often don't want compromise. They want their side to win. Here's what they don't show you on C-SPAN. Most of the real work happens behind closed doors. Backroom deals, negotiations over dinner, promises made in private. Congress is also only in session about 140 days a year. That's right, they're officially working less than half the year. The rest is district work periods, which means they're back home, often fundraising. Oh, and most Congress members don't actually write the bills they proposed. Their staff does, or sometimes lobbyists do. We'll cover that in another video. So that's Congress. 535 people trying to represent 330 million Americans, spending half their time raising money, working in a system designed to move slowly, and often more focused on the next election than the next generation. Is it perfect? No. Does it work? Sometimes. Could it be better? Definitely. But now you understand how it actually operates. If this helped simplify things, hit that subscribe button. Next week, we're breaking down the Senate versus the House, and why we even have two chambers in the first place. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. I will see you in the next one.